Hello and welcome, I'm Logan with All Paths Taken, and this is part 8 of my 100% walkthrough of the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. In this episode, we will be traveling through Bonny Village as we head to the Cathedral of Manus Metyr. As always, we are going for every secret, every item, and every boss, so, fellow Tarnished, rise and join me on my quest to become the true Elden Lord. So, we are starting from the Morth Ruins Grace, and we are going to head into a gigantic hole, or on the edge of a gigantic hole. I should mention, I did kind of like go part of the way already and had to warp back because I realized I wasn't recording, so my bad. Right over there on that roof, it's tough to see right above my head, but there's a body. Really, dog? Really? Really? I guess I just can't have nice things today. But there's a body that has an item. Grab it, you can go through that roof and out the door, then we want to head over this way towards this toppled tower that's buried, as this leads to our pathway down. As we come down, we kind of want to follow the little jumps down, as there are some dogs and a couple items. I can't remember. Is there anything up top? I don't think there is. Oh, good thing I checked. Good thing I checked. Alright, so now that we ran through and we got all of those items, we want to keep coming this way down the little rabbit's hole. Ooh, did I see a glowy? I saw a glowy. I missed this on my walkthrough prep. What the heck's wrong with me? Alright, but we got the golden horn tender. Useful crafting item. I have no idea what it does, but it's for crafting, so we're gonna grab it. Now we want to head this way, as this leads to our area that we were before, or I should say, above, way up yonder. And now we are below. So now as we are down here, we got some enemies to kill. Ow. No attacking. Get wrecked. Alright, so before we drop down, we want to grab the item from the chest. We get golden arcs. Cool incantation for you faith builds out there. And then we can come back this way, as we are almost at the bottom of the hill. Or the hole. My goodness, I cannot talk today. I've recorded another video already today, so my brain is a little foggy in terms of how much talking I can do without messing things up. Oh, wait, hang on. Let's go below. See if there's anything lower over here. Nope, just an enemy. Alright. So, as mentioned, talked a lot, brain's kind of fried. But the nice thing about Bonny Village and this area over here, it's really straightforward, so your boy doesn't have to think that much. Which is kind of fun, because I've been thinking a lot today. Alright, so once we climb up top, we are going to be in Bonny Village. This is just a long ladder. I didn't realize it was that long. Giggity. That's what she said, just not to me. I mean, not to you. She always said it to me. I feel like that joke didn't land. That's okay. It's fine. Some people might laugh. If you did, please click the like button. That lets me know I was at least funny for once in my life. Alright, so now that we are in Bonny Village, we have a couple of different directions we can go. There is absolutely nothing that way. So we want to head southeast, as we are going to run into the Greater Potentate and several little enemies that, for lack of better words, just need to die. So you can see the Greater Potentate down there. He's walking towards us. Right now, what we are just going to try to do is kill some enemies, as he's going to eventually work his way up here, which will give us plenty of time to slay a few of these buggers before he comes over. And you can see how many there are, but thank goodness they are weak to pokes. Yeah, I didn't want to go forward and hit that guy. Alright, now that all of them are dead, we can fight Mr. Potentate. Come on, buddy. Quit sharpening your knife. Oh, I almost got him with my wombo combo. Big poke. Wait, how did he hit me? Huh? I don't understand. It's fine. Alright, so over here was our main items that we wanted. There's a hefty crack pot on the pot below, and then we get a broken ruin up here. We are eventually going to head this way towards Bonny Gaol, but that'll be after we get through Bonny Village. So the next time we come back this direction, or I should say the next time we come back to Bonny Village, we can just run straight through it as we move towards the Cathedral of Manus Metyr. One thing I should note, I'll mention it later in the video again in case you fast forward. When you get closer to Manus Metyr, if you haven't gotten the Miquella's ruin is cracked, or the cracking of a great ruin, when you get closer to Shadow's Keep, it will happen when you get towards Manus Metyr. Just so you are aware. Once we leave Bonny Village and we head more to the east, that is when you'll get that notification. So it's important to know because of a few reasons. One, your NPCs, all of your NPCs quest lines that you have started so far will progress. They will move into the next portion of their quest line. So if there's anything you need to do, it would be important that you go do it. So the main ones to consider would be Leda, Needle Knight Leda, Sir Ansbach, and I'm trying to think. You can talk with Freya a little bit too. Hornsent is a good person to also talk to. And then Thalier, but Thalier isn't super dependent on Miquella. He's more of a Saint Trina, which we will probably cover in the next episode, as we will finally have that area unlocked because we finally have triggered Miquella breaking or shattering his rune. Alright, but we get to a spot where we got several puppies. Oh, what a legend. He swerved my swipes and pokes. Then we can grab all of these items over here and continue down this little ravine. One last pups. And then when we get up here, we want to take a left, as we want to make sure we don't miss anything. I just want to show you that now we are on the other side of this little broken down bridge that we would have fallen down if we fought the first Potentate and just went straight down into the ravine. So we went from all the way over here, around this little path, and here we are. Now in this section, there's going to be your second greater Potentate. So we got a few enemies to kill again. This time, Potentate will see us. So he'll come over and say hello. Oh, good move, sir. Oh! Rude! Ha! That's what you get. God, wing stance is wild with how strong and agile it is. It's so good, dude. It's so good. Alright, then there's one other enemy over here that I want to trigger just in case for some reason it activates a little sleeping puppy as we grab our flask. Or not our flask, our mushroom. I haven't found anything over here, but if you guys know of something that's over here that I've missed, let me know, because this looks like there's something over here that is kind of important, and I don't know what. So if you know, by all means, let me know. But we gotta head northwest now, as there's a couple things. Number one, we want to grab this item that I believe somebody dropped. I don't think it is anything that's set here. Yeah. And we want to head over here as we got one last Potentate to kill. This one we can just kind of alert on its own. So whenever the heck he gets... Oh, well, that's not good. Whenever the heck he gets over here, we'll fight him. Oh, good move, sir. Oh my god. 38-42. That's wild. Alright, now we can just clean these bad boys up. Oh my god, why? Alright, there we go. Then we got one more item over here. Hefty cracked pot, which we will definitely need in this episode. And then we got to ride all the way over here for a gesture that we need when we go into Shadow Keep. So at the base of Shadow Keep, there's going to be a statue of Meera that if we use the Oh Mother gesture, it will grant us the ability to enter a hidden area past Shadow Keep. It will be this area over here. It has our second part of a quest line that we're actually going to start in this episode. Alright, did I grab everything in here? I think I did. Right, nothing in the stable? Yep, excellent. So, this leads to Manus Metyr. I gotta think, isn't there a grace over here? I don't see one. I thought there was. Nope, we'll just come back for this. That's this side. Let's head to Bonny Gaol as we've completed Bonny Village. And then we can head across towards Manus Metyr once we have done everything on this side, so we don't need to come back. Alright. So, Bonny Gaol is relatively straight. It is a relatively straight line, very difficult to get lost, I'm going to be honest. It is not like the Ballarat jail that has a couple of different twists and turns that can leave you a little confused on certain things. Ignore the scorpions. I did not find anything outside or inside, or I should say outside or around the jail. There's obviously stuff inside the jail. That's why we're going to do it. But just ignore them and move on into Bonny Gaol. So rest if you need to. I am going to... Can I level up? I cannot. Alright, so we are going to head through here. Ooh, I also want to try something, because I haven't used... I feel like this would be pretty useful for the build. Nope, not the Physic. Great Runes. If I switched to Melania's. Yeah, I feel like it'd be pretty cool if I switched to Melania's Ruin. And now I need... Dang, 73 Ruin Arcs. That's pretty wild. Now we have her power, her little gift of healing. With our Great Rune. So there's going to be a couple enemies here. One is going to be a Newman that's going to start shooting blood magic at us. Alright, so comes from here. We are going to actually go backwards and come through this first. Should be an enemy in here that we want to kill. Excellent. We can kill him and grab the maggot. Then we can keep going this direction for now just to make sure we aren't missing anything. We will come out of that section here in a moment. And then I want to make sure, yes, this is forward progress. So we are going to actually take a little elevator here that you probably didn't know existed. But we're going to come here. We're going to drop down onto this jar. And you see that little glowy button right there that's in front of us? That's how we get back up. So this just leads to two rooms where there's a little ambush here and there. There should be a couple more enemies spawning somewhere. What? Where are they? Aren't there supposed to be enemies in here? Am I dumb? I might be dumb. I might be a little dumb. That's okay. I have never claimed to be smart. But over here, we have a Newman who's going to jump out at us. Ow. Yeah, I didn't want to hit him. Alright. And then in here, this is my ambush. Yeah, there's going to be three more. Or another one. Oh! If you get grabbed, just mash and you won't take any damage. And then we can grab another hefty cracked pot, which is very, very useful. But we will use those a little bit later. Alright, was that it? I can't remember. I think that was it. Yes, we can't go down anywhere. So now we got to go back up the elevator. So, just step on this little platform. It has to be lit up in order for the jar to move. So once you come off of it, it will move. There we go. See it move in the opposite direction. Now as we get back to the top, we can hop off. And then we are going to head into here for another room full of enemies. Not very difficult enemies. Oh, you were the 3 that I was looking for. Oh, okay. That makes sense. We got to open this bad boy up. And we got another little ambush. Why did it walk onto that one? What? How is he dead? How is he dead, yet still killing me? What? That makes no sense. Alright, let me see. There's something I'm supposed to do before this. Oh, nope, I've already done it. Cool, I did things out of order. But it's fine, it works. So now, when we come down here, we can grab the broken ruin, and I gotta remember which way to go first. We want to head to the right, which leads to a bunch of rats. And a hidden item. Excellent. So this is the way. Whoops. Alright, we got most of our health back, which is good. I don't know why I've always stuck with Morgoth's Ruin. Or not Morgoth. What's his name? Godric's Ruin. When Melania's allows me to play like Bloodborne. Alright, so here we are in a hidden chamber. We got this Yahoo trying to ambush us. And we can grab another item over here. The Stalwart Horn Charm +2. And here we are, back in a previous room that we were in. So now we can make our way back through this little gate and down the crate, as we are going to now head to another new room. Or we're now going to head this direction. So down here we'll have a lot of blobs that'll fall down, so you gotta kind of watch your step with where you're going. We're going to go all the way to the west first, as there's one item in the end. Again, make sure you're trying to bob and weave and swerve to get those guys to drop. Then you can grab your item without getting grabbed. And when we get back to this junction, we want to head south, as we have another section to go through. Now, when you can go right or left, we want to go left first, as there's another ambush up top and another item. Then we want to go this way as we get to our new room. Hang on one second. I think I got my cat scratching at my door. All right, well that was weird. My cat was sleeping in his bed, or I shouldn't say my cat. My girlfriend's cat is sleeping in his bed. So I don't know what made that noise, because the dog is also sleeping in her bed. So, very weird incidents, because I definitely heard something scratching at my door. Maybe it's just the demons inside my mind. Who knows? It's fine. I'll be okay. But we want to kill Big Boy McGee. Then we want to actually head left, as there's going to be another big boy sleeping up here. And there's also... God, that's so much power. And there's also an item up top as well. Then when we come down, there will be a few more small jars, and there will also be a big boy. Big boy should be coming now that I've kind of attacked these bad boys. Not sure where big boy is, but big boy should be coming. Ah, there he is. Nice. Alright. Anybody else want some? I feel like there's a couple more small jars, but I don't see any. Ah, there they are. Oh, satisfying. Sad, but satisfying. So I'm pretty sure the lore of the jars, the small one, is that they're children. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. Don't be surprised if I am wrong. But yeah. Alright, I've had a sip of my coffee. Now we can keep going. So in this room, there's going to be an enemy that'll appear out from one of these jars somewhere. I think it's a hanging one. Yep. Now, if we kill this one... Holy damage. Then we got to kind of back away as there's going to be another one over there who will run in sprinting. And if you let it hide behind the jars, it gives us a way to sneak up to it and do a little bit of damage without it knowing. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Then we have one more big boy over here. I don't know why, but this one just looks bigger than the other ones. It's not, but it's just how it's laying. And we can kill that thing for a raw meat dumpling. That one is a set drop, so if you do want that item, that's where you can get one from. Then in here, that jar will shatter. As you can see, it was kind of broken and cracked. Ouch. Alright. And then we can grab anything that drops, and we can heal, and now we are almost all the way through Bonny Gaol. We are a good chunk of the way down. You can see our boss fight over there. The boss fight, by the way, is a Curseblade. So, not the easiest thing, but also not the hardest. This one will have a little special kick, but I'll explain that a little bit later. Oh, God, why am I on the edge? And I'm about to break. Any fans of 90s rock will know that reference. No! I am taken! I have a girlfriend. No making out. Alright, so from in here now, we can open up this gate. I don't believe we can go in there. Nope. And then we want to head across. Or not across. I'm dumb. We want to kill these dudes. As we get to a certain point, they will end up starting to attack you anyway, so let's just kill them first. And then we can... Ooh, is this an elevator? This is my elevator down? I think so. Yes. Then we gotta ride the elevator down. Same thing, you could see that button light up down there. So we are pretty much at the boss now. We only got a couple enemies left. So this dude will just kind of run away, leading you astray. And then we're gonna have two enemies pop out. I thought there was going to be a different enemy that was going to pop out, but that's fine. Wow, I dodged into that like a fool. Dang. Are you, like, doing an armpit fart motion when you do that? It looked like it. It looked like it. Show a replay, me. Does it not look like an armpit? Doesn't doing the armpit fart? You know, that's kind of what it looks like. It's a little weird, Miyazaki. It's a little weird. Alright, so we want to kind of hide a little bit or trigger this little ambush. Again, just mash. You get, like, no damage from it. Ow. Alright, then we got these two jabronis to kill. And now we are at our Curseblade. So, the Curseblade fight is essentially a normal Curseblade, but you're fighting it in the dark, so as soon as you walk in, it will disappear. I'm not sure if there's a specific torch that will show it, like maybe the Black Knife Assassins one, or the Beast one, or the Beast Repellent. I'm not sure. Maybe just your lamp. For the sake of trying, I'm going to try my lamp and see what happens. Honestly, though, you can still see the boss once it decides to attack you, so it's not like it's really life or death. So, it'll be alright. Once you kill it, you will get a Curseblade Ash. Oh my god. Yeah, as I was saying, not that hard. Not that hard at all. Wow. Well, we get the Curseblade Meera Ash. A very useful ash for those of you that like to use summons. Alright, so now, since we are out of Bonny Gaol and we have done everything in Bonny Gaol, we can warp to Bonny Village. Alright, can I level up? I feel like I'm pretty close. Ooh, I'm so close. I got 30 grand. I know I do. Boom. Done. Easy peasy. Alright, so now we got to do a couple of things before we head towards the Cathedral of Manus Metyr. We have to craft some furnace pots. Some hefty furnace pots. We want to make as many as we can. We need at least 3. If you do not have 3, you won't be able to kill this furnace golem that we're going to go fight here in a moment. So, how this is going to work is we need to find a specific jump pad that should be pretty much right behind the furnace golem, as basically it's kind of like saying, hey, his legs are heavily armored, you're not going to do any damage to him, you need to get on top of him. So if you, once we get above him, it'll be pretty straightforward. You just got to get right up next to him and hayuk a couple of furnace pots, 3 of them to be exact, in order to blow him up. So we can grab the tooth whip hut, or the tooth whip from the whipping hut. And then we can talk to this dude. So he is talking about the Newmans that are shoved in jars, the big gross enemies that we killed a little bit ago. That's who he's talking about. Kind of messed up. Kind of messed up. Alright, but as we cross the bridge, get over to this side. Oh, no, actually, it's a little bit farther than that, I guess. Since we are pretty much right near Shadow Keep, and we have access to Shadow Keep now going through this way, the Miquella's Great Ruin will appear. So, I'm going to rest really quick just to make sure I don't miss anything or change anything. And then we got to go solve, or not solve a puzzle. Before we go anywhere, make sure you have your hefty pots on whatever spot you want them to be on for your throwables. That way you can use them the moment you are in the right spot for the Furnace Golem. There we go. That's the Great Ruin sound I wanted to hear. Somewhere a Great Ruin has broken. Ooh, hello. I forgot about you. Not gonna lie. Come on. There we go. Alright, then we get the Ash of War Raging Beast. I completely forgot about that one. Completely. Oh god, that terrified me. Well, thanks for giving me a heart attack, bird. Alright, so now, as we come across, there's going to be a Furnace Golem who's coming to say hi. He should walk his way over towards this little section here. So we gotta make sure we hop up. And then again, try to avoid as much fire as you can. And then we come over here and go yeet! 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 Done. So much faster. So much faster. And we get the Cerulean-Sapping Cracked Tear and another Furnace Visage. We will get more Furnace Visages later in life as we have a few other things to do or a few other places to go where we will run into some Furnace Golems. So you gotta make sure you're using those things sparingly, as there's going to be another Furnace Golem later that we are going to need to activate and another one that we are going to need to blow up using that same type of strategy. So make sure you are using those sparingly. Like once I get to this grace up here, I'm going to take them off because I don't want to accidentally use them because Furnace Visages are so, how can I say it? They're so rare. They are rare to find and they are very, very, very useful. Alright, what did I want to do? Oh yes, the thingamabob. Boom. And then just because I can, I'm going to craft one more because I know I have another Visage. Alright. Now, we think. So, through that gate over there is a section of Shadow Keep. We will cover that in the Shadow Keep episode. So that will most likely be probably 2 episodes, I want to say, away. Maybe 3. It all depends on what I got planned next. But before that, we are going to do a couple of things. Like, 1, solve this puzzle. This puzzle is actually pretty simple. In order to get up to the top of the tower, we need to activate this spirit spring. That's why it's here. Hopefully you were smart enough to figure that out. The spirit spring location, though, is not outside the tower. It's actually inside the tower. We want to ride on Torrent until we get to this room with the 2 windows. And then we want to break it. So that way we can knock over this stack of rocks. Now, what, in my opinion, the fastest way to get there is just jump out the window, ride around the building, and then as you get to this spirit spring, make sure you are facing the building as we want to land on the stairs up top. And boom, here we are. Now you get, what's the name? It's like Rabbath's? Yeah, Rabbath's cannon. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Now we're going to warp back to the church. You can also just jump down, whatever's up to you, whatever's easiest. No big deal. But now we have a couple other things to do. Like, we got to get probably one of my favorite Ashes of War. Probably one of my favorite Ash of War. Carian Sovereignty. So, good thing it's night, by the way, because I forgot to mention this. I do have it in big bold letters on my walkthrough that says, go to night. And head to the larval tier. You can see it from the grace. So, yeah. Completely forgot about it. But thank God it turned to night. Now we are going to head this direction around Castle Manus. Or Cathedral Manus. What's it called? Manus Metyr. There we go. As we have an Ash of War to find, which is all the way down yonder. Past all of these wolves. You can kill the wolves if you want to, but it's not for me. If you're looking for like thin beast bones or thick beast bones or whatever they're called, then be my guest. But this is our little itty bitty cave that we want, as the beetle is right up top. So use any kind of magic or ranged attacks that you got to knock it down, and then kill it from there, and boom, Ash of War, Carian Sovereignty. Really, really, really cool spell. Or not spell, Ash of War. So we're going to warp back to the church one more time. And now we are going to head up. Now we're going to head up to the cathedral, which is going to be pretty cool. The cathedral is very big. Very, very big. It is gigantic, as you can tell, based on the size it is on the map. So this cathedral has 2 NPCs that we are going to talk to. But before we talk to them and start their quest lines, we actually want to take a lap or 2 around the cathedral on the outside so we can find a few different items. So the first thing we want to do is there is a grace in there. You can get it if you want. I'm going to get it second just because I don't really want to go back outside the cathedral. But we're just going to take a lap around the outside. There is going to be an item or 2 on the inside, and it's kind of tough to get. When you are... how can I put it? When you're not here on the cement parts. Yeah, that's how words work. But that little thing over there is a remembrance, a thing for your remembrance. So you know in the Turtle Mausoleum, when you get those down, or you knock those down, you can then dupe a remembrance to get the leftover sorcery or Ash of War or weapon that they have. That's what that does, but for the DLC. So if you've used all the turtle mausoleums, you are welcome to use that as well. I'm going to show you another one in this episode as well that's located in a different spot. There should also be a couple of different items around here. So we want that. Excuse me. There should be, yep, Starlight Shards. There should be a body somewhere too that has another item. I might have passed it, or I might not have. We'll see. Alright, so Starlight Shards. And then we can come back this way. I think my body's up here, between these guys. Yep. God, I'm so smart. I'm so smart. I'm a genius. I am a genius. And then we want to head back up here, not because there's any items, but just because it's closer to the church, as we have grabbed all of the items around the big cathedral. So we can enter into the cathedral. Yes, enemies can appear into this section, so if you did manage to lure a couple of puppets, you want to make sure that you do kill them, as it is not safe. Alright, I am going to rest, and then we are going to go talk to Ymir, and then his shadow assassin lady. What's her name? Jolan. Alright, so you sorcery peoples who love magic, we got a couple of spells that we can buy from this dude too. If you missed getting carrying phalanx from, what's his name? Oh god. Is it Celivis? Celivis back in Carian Manor. You can buy it from him, or from Ymir now. We will also be able to get another kind of sorcery a little later as well, once we go through a different area of the game, which we are going to do in this episode, because the area is basically empty.
Well, we don't often receive visitors. I am Ymir. Welcome to Manus Metyr. It is a pleasure to have you. In lands so forsaken as these, chance encounters are precious indeed. Seeing that we have convened here on this day, allow me to mark the occasion with a modest offering.
Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate the random gifts.
The map I gave you charts the site of a hallowed ruin. It is said that after sounding the hanging bell there, one's fate will be guided by the stars. I only wish to be of service, to help those who fight for their purpose. I'm not mistaken, am I? I can see it in your eyes. You are a fighter, are you not?
Indubitably. Indubitably.
Is something the matter?
Yes.
I've given you a map to the hallowed ruin. Oh, I suppose you expect a lesson of me, do you? I know the feeling.
That's right.
Those with purpose are nothing if not ravenous. For power. For truth.
Aha. So, we can buy these. I don't have that one. I don't have that one. I guess I don't need these, but I'll buy them anyway. And I do have that one. Yep.
I, too, am a Glintstone sorcerer. We study the stars and examine the life therein. Are you familiar with our findings? Long ago, we began as Stardust, born of a great rupture far across the skies. We, too, are children of the greater will. Is that not divine? Is that not sublime? And yet, none can fathom its implications. Its utter brilliance. Oh, yes. Do mind your feet around the church. You wouldn't want to hurt the little boy.
So that part I don't quite understand in the lore. I know later we find out the little boy is like a baby finger enemy, but I don't know what or where it is now. So I don't know. And I was never able to find it when I was looking on my walkthrough prep. So this is Jolan. If there are any Lord of the Rings fans, any guesses as to who she's kind of based off of?
I've no interest.
Let me know in the comments, because it's
My
pretty
only
obvious.
concerns are the concerns of Count Ymir, and you are not among them. Only, there is one thing I will say. Count Ymir's kindness is a gift. Should you cross him, you will sorely regret it.
Ah, you're a very nice lady.
Be gone. There is nothing more to say.
Yes, mommy. I mean, ma'am. Mommy. Ma'am. Oh god, she was so aggressive. She was so scary and intimidating. I liked it. Alright, so we have basically done everything in this section, but now it is finally time for us to explore the Finger Ruins of Rhia. So we are going to complete a good chunk of Ymir's quest line. There's some stuff we can't do, obviously. As I've said earlier, we got to get through Shadow Keep. So that's going to be some things we're going to do, or we're going to come back and finish for his quest line, as he is kind of hiding a secret boss. So before we head down to the center, we actually want to head to the east, as we are going to go, and I'm going to show you that other location for that sarcophagus. I think that's what it's called, a sarcophagus. Right? That's where mummies are buried? I would say tomb, but it's not a tomb. A tomb is like the room that they're buried in. Alright, here we are. So this is your other remembrance sarcophagus. So if you wanted, you can do any from the base game or the DLC. Which, I don't know if I want to do. I might do it for some, but we'll see. We'll see. Once I start making my build videos and finish the walkthrough, then I'll probably come back and use all of these. Same with the turtle mausoleums. That way I can get all of the weapons that I want for my builds or anything like that. Alright, so we want to ride this bad boy down, and we gotta kill some of the most annoying enemies in the game. I'm not gonna lie, these enemies are awful. I despise them. Where's my ramp? Yep, we want to keep going this way. We are not going to fight a lot of the enemies in here, and we're not even going to go to the center yet. We're actually going to do a little bit of a journey. We want to head to the southwest, as there's a hidden part of the Cerulean coast that we couldn't get to unless we explore the Finger Ruins of Rhia. So we are going to go through this section first. I should also mention there is kind of like an underground part that direction that kind of wraps around the whole path. There's not much there. It's honestly just crafting items that are there, and maybe 1 or 2 somber stones, but the somber stones are like the 1 through 4s. They're not going to be the 7, 8, 9s, if I remember correctly, because I wrote everything down and I put down like it's not worth it unless you are somebody who legitimately wants to get every single item the game has to offer. But again, I've done it already on my walkthrough prep. It's really not needed. Like, you get the pearlescent scales over there around the edges of the arena. You get, I can't remember what they're called, but they're like these stone fingers or something like that as well. It's really not worth it. It really, really, really is not worth it. Unless you're a guy who loves crafting. Like, if that's your jam, then have at it, boy. I won't stop you. You do you, boo-boo, as I love to say. Alright, so we want to head this way. I believe there's an item up this way. What? I thought there was. I guess not. Oh well. That's fine. So we want to head this way, as there is like a secret secret path that we can take back here, as you kind of are finding out. As you can see, the flowers are coming back. We're not just in a desolate area anymore. There should be items somewhere around here. My notes in this area, again, are very, very empty, because there's just not a lot of stuff. Like, there's enemies, but there's not a lot of stuff, if that makes sense. Like, it's not like it's a very plentiful area, if that makes sense. Alright, so we're just going to kind of ignore the big finger enemies, because I don't really feel like fighting them. Let's see, is there anything this way? Oh, hello, finger trap that I forgot about. Yeah, these things. The finger mimics. That's what's all over the base of the Finger Ruins of Rhia. So if you want to go get those things for whatever they craft, be my guest. It's not really something I am interested in. So I am not going to show you on the video. Just know that there's a boatload of big hand enemies and big finger enemies. And there's a boatload of the serpent finger enemies. Ah, finger creepers. That's what they're called. I forgot about that. So, a little bit of finger lore in that guy's statement. So he's talking about the Exalted Mother. The Mother is the mother of the fingers, who could be the mother of the 2 fingers and the 3 fingers. Basically, all of the lore fingers that you can find is kind of what's over here that we were kind of looking for. So if you want to kill these bears, you can. What's kind of cool is that they're the only red bears I have found in the DLC. I have not found other red bears. I have found regular bears, but I have not found red bears. Like, even by the red bear bosses, I don't see red bears. So it's kind of interesting that they're so rare. Alright, but now that we're on our way back, once we get to a point where we can warp back, just warp back, as we are pretty much on the Cerulean coast again. So from here, we're now going to make our way to the center. You can kind of see the center over there. It's where they kind of make a perfect circle, and there's a small little pyramid in the middle there. So that's where we are heading. Now, I'm going to try my best to show you a path where you don't have to deal with the most annoying enemies in the game. But I might miss. I might be a little bit off, so you might have to fight 1 or 2 of these creepers, or finger creepers, as the game has mentioned already. So we want to come down this way. I missed my jump. Okay. Note to self, you got to turn that way. Otherwise, you will die. Okay. Alright, so I don't know if, since it's daytime, my route will be as effective. But we'll see. We will see. So we're going to go a little bit farther down this time. Don't die. Thank you. Alright, so there's going to be pink finger creepers that will shoot magic rings at you to grab you like the big finger enemies in Rhia Lucaria or in Liurnia. Then they will teleport the black creepers, the black finger creepers, out to grab you and do like their grab attack and basically kill you and one-shot you. So if you don't want to deal with that, take the route I just did, because that was basically perfect. Alright, now that we're in the center, though, we want to ring this. Oh, what a cool sound. And we get the Crimson Seed Talisman. So, now that we have done that, again, feel free to take a lap around the edge if you would like. I have. There's not much there. It's basically just finger mimics. And what's the other craftable? Let me see if I can find one. Yeah, the pearlescent scale is one. And then I guess I don't have an item that shows the other one, but I believe it's like nailstone or something. Let me see if I have where my resources are. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? What? Do I not have it? Ah, there we go. It's basically like the Spirit Gravestone, but it's like Nailstone. It looks very similar to this. But that's what the 2 items that you're looking for. It would be your Spirit Gravestone that basically looks more like a fingernail. It's called Nailstone. And then you have this item that's also there, I believe, from enemies. And then you have the finger mimics wherever those are as well. So those are your items that you'll get in this area. Not worth it for me. Again, I'm not a crafter, so if you're somebody who likes crafting, that would be the path you'd want to take. It's just right around the edge of the arena, and you will find a lot of finger mimics and other things. But now that we're back here, we want to go talk with this big dude.
Put that rotten thing out of your mind. That tangled mess can't hurt you.
Well, all right. Well, that was creepy.
Oh, there you are. The exalted timbre of the bell has reached these ears of mine. Gracious, the starry sky is wondrous tonight indeed. Only your fate shines brighter. Now, these are for you.
Thank you. Ooh, sorcerers in faith and magic builds that love to cast. That is a very useful talisman he just gave you.
Think nothing of it. I have made my decision to be of help. May the gleaming stars guide you evermore.
So now we can buy these ridiculously annoying things. And then we can also talk to him about a couple of other people. Or a couple other things.
Ah, you met Jolan. Well, I hope that she behaved at least. The poor girl has overcome grave misfortune. Her tongue can be sharp at the best of times, but don't think that makes her a bad person. It's no surprise her little sister, too, has a heart of gold. I fear that you have borne witness to the whole of it. The conceits, the hypocrisy of the world built upon the Erdtree. The follies of men. Their bitter suffering. Is there no hope for redemption? The answer, sadly, is clear. There never was any hope. They were each of them defective, unhinged from the start. Marika herself, and the fingers that guided her. And this is what troubles me. No matter our efforts, if the roots are rotten, then we have little recourse. Ever young Mikola saw things for what they were. He knew that his bloodline was tainted, his roots mired in madness. A tragedy if ever there was one. That he would feel compelled to renounce everything when the blame lay squarely with the mother.
Interesting. So you'll basically learn that Mikola is a pretty smart kid, sees what's going on with his family, or his family's heritage, and America's heritage and history.
Gleaming stars guide you evermore.
And basically decides to do his own thing against what his family wishes. It's kind of cool.
Oh, hello.
I want to buy this last sorcery because I might make a build in regards to that.
Stars guide you evermore.
All right, so is that everything we got to do, or is there one more thing? Yes. So now the only thing I will leave you with before we wrap up is, again, you can go this way into the side of Shadowkeep, or you can go this way to the front door of Shadowkeep. Since the Mikola's ruin has been broken, you can now access the main door of Shadow's Keep, which will eventually let you access this area, and this area. So you can find all of the next sections of the DLC there. We also will have more access to get through here and into the Abyssal Woods as well. So that is all open from Shadowkeep. And there's a couple of things we're going to do first. As I said earlier, with the ruin breaking, we can also come right down here to the Fissure, as there is one last section of the Cerulean Coast that we can go through, which is the Stone Coffin Fissure. So it's just through that path. That's probably where we are going to start our next episode, as we move our way through the DLC and try to discover what's going on a little in more detail with Mikola the Kindly. So Thank you everybody for watching. If you liked the video, make sure you click that like button as that helps me out a lot. Same with subscribing. If you've enjoyed the video, you're here for 100% content for Elden Ring or the DLC or any of the other From Software games, make sure you subscribe, as once Elden Ring is wrapped up, we will be moving into Night Rain and then taking down the other From Software games as well. If you're interested in catching a live stream, I am live on weekends on Saturdays from 12 to 3. Sundays are going to be hit or miss, but I will be online for live streams on Saturdays. So make sure you subscribe so you get notified when I go live or when I upload a video 2 days a week. So thank you everybody so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Have a wonderful day, everybody.